Probably not. I mean, there's some that need really high cold alpine cloud forests, like in the Andes or top of mountains in China. If you struggle enough,
Hi, I missed your name.
some work to grow.
When did you get here? I didn't know it was looking so good. Oh, okay. Are you? Harry, yes, sorry.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I've seen you, but you wouldn't have seen me. Already.
So,
Well, and,
and if you struggle,
oh, that girl that I went to. Oh, yeah.
only grow in blue underground. So,
Anyway, each of the species has
Yeah, I was gonna wait to try these out until I was taking that down.
yeah, I used to work at a place I used to work at. They sold quite a few bales. They had a lot of them. And I had one that was
Manual using.
how to do it.
We,
Tried to do it.
I thought she was following me. We run that senior beautiful one.
Hard to grow. For some people, they're hard.
right. Well, you know, I must admit,
Kind of a nursery. So, we're gonna run through the song once, and just, and then that'll be available.
These are successful growers.
So I'm gonna have to announce that we're just going to the, right before the hall starts.
Yeah, I only did a dozen at a time. Yeah, there's some important. But it's hard to grow. I bought some. Some declined over a couple of
because I put them around. No, my preference on this sunny side. And so the other side is, which is nice, it kind of.
And then we'll go through it twice, because we'll sing it once, and then everybody can join in, I think.
Okay.
It may be hard to find.
I don't know if you said no, please, Bruce.
That's funny that we both did the wrong word
Yeah,
together.
and I was thinking, if this is still the upside down one, I'll give you this one.
Well,
I'll trade you.
I should be able to get it. It's my son. But it,
I'll give you a regular one.
just in case.
I'm sorry. I guess I am.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I know. You should, you don't have to.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, I need an explanation.
So Pam, did you need some more help with something, or did you find
No, it was just like a once you go there.
It's cold when I got it, so.
Morning.
You know, I would start to adjust this, you know, that feeling when you go outside there's. I was getting adjusted at first.
We've got a tree. It's only fall. There's a big winter ahead of us.
So his wings made out of.
Hey, Carrie, can I have one of those?
In Minnesota, we're set.
It's a little tight for the winter.
Feeling ready? I only got this. I'm done.
Yeah, well, somebody took my
Well, but this is here.
You can also pour them.
Everybody getting settled here? I don't know if those of you online can see it, but our room is configured a little differently today, so people are getting a little bit settled. All right, well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is Dawn Getke. I'm one of the members of the congregation, and I'm filling in because our pastor, Brian, hurt himself falling on some ice, so we wish him well. My pronouns are she, her, and I'd like to welcome everyone, all the guests and our guest speaker, and the folks online who are new to joining us. Please remember, excuse me, that there's an offering plate in the back, and there are places online to donate as well. We do try to keep the service to about an hour, so if you need to leave because we're going over, please feel free to do that. We don't take hostages. Today, just in time for our Thanksgiving get-togethers, which with some family members could be a little tense, we have guest speaker Pam Winthrop-Lauer, and she's going to speak about practical skills for more satisfying, connecting conversations, reviewing the principles of nonviolent communication. Pam is a certified trainer in nonviolent communication, and she's planned an interactive presentation, so it'll be interesting to see what that's all about. Next Sunday is the first Sunday of Advent, beginning the theme of the season, Adventure Begins with Advent. First Sunday will feature hope, and then the following will be peace, joy, and love. So that means on December 7th, when we have peace as our theme, we're going to be joined by Ahmed Abu Badria from the Muslim American Society of Minnesota. And he will talk to us about peace from an Islamic perspective. On Sunday, December 14th will be joy. And then on the 21st, the Music Sunday, is going to be the theme of love. And please don't forget that on Friday the 19th, we're going to have our winter solstice service in the evening. And the theme there is embracing the darkness, not Darth Vader darkness, but peace and tranquility of a long dark night darkness. Are there other announcements?
December 7th is our next movie night, too.
Okay, December 7th?
Isn't it?
Because I have that as a Sunday. So anyway,
Friday, isn't it?
5th. Let's try, yes, you're right. 5th.
okay,
I
yeah,
did the math wrong.
all right.
And at the Cuba Gallery is a winter party on Sunday, the 14th. I'm gonna leave these little cards by the door for, it's a silent auction. And there will be artwork and treats. It's all about food.
Any other announcements? Okay, so now I invite you to take a deep, slow, gentle breath, and as you exhale, just as intentionally, try to separate yourself from all the chaos and hectic going on around us, and join us in meditating on this musical prelude. Thank you. And now we're going to read together our opening words. Dear ones, we gather this morning with open minds, willing spirits, and hearts ready to listen. We come seeking a way of communication that honors the worth and dignity of every person.
We come to practice the language of compassion, curiosity, and care.
In a world where words can wound or heal, we choose to speak from honesty, not hostility, to share our truths without making others unsafe.
We choose to name our feelings clearly without blame or judgment.
Nonviolent communication invites us to look beneath the surface to see the needs, hopes, and vulnerabilities that live in us all.
We seek to listen for what is alive in another and to express what is alive within us.
When we encounter conflict, may we hear the human story inside it. When we encounter fear, may we answer with presence.
When we encounter difference, may we offer understanding instead of assumptions.
Today, as we enter this shared hour, may we commit ourselves again to speaking with kindness, listening with humility, and responding with love.
We commit to building a community where our communication becomes a tool for transformation.
And now we light our chalice, the symbol of our free and living tradition. May this flame remind us that every word has the power to bless or to bruise. May it guide us toward clarity instead of coercion, empathy instead of anger, and connection instead of conflict.
May this light inspire us to speak from the heart, listen with compassion, and build a world grounded in peace.
Let us kindle the flame of understanding as together we say,
May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal with love, to help with compassion, to bless with joy, to serve you, Spirit of freedom, in the fullness of community.
And now, please rise in body and or spirit as we do our opening hymn, number 168.
One more step, we will take one more step, till there is peace for us, and everyone will take one more step. One more word, we will say one more word, till every word is heard by everyone. We'll say one more word. One more prayer, we will say one more prayer, till every prayer is shared by everyone. We'll say one more prayer. One more song, we will sing one more song, till every song is sung by everyone. We'll sing one more song.
Please be seated. I think that one's going to earworm me. Later today, I'll. And now, friends, it's our beloved community moment. Friends, as we gather in this sacred space of care and courage, we pause to remember all those in our wider community who carry the weight of violence. Those who live with the deep wounds of physical harm, those who endure the bruises that cannot be seen, and those whose spirits have been diminished by words that were meant to hurt rather than heal. We honor the resilience of survivors, and we honor the truth that no one should have to walk that journey alone. As a Unitarian Universalist community, we commit ourselves to standing with those who are recovering from violence and abuse. We commit to being a place where safety is real, where stories are believed, and where compassion is not optional but essential. We pledge to educate ourselves, to intervene when needed, to speak against all forms of harm, and to create spaces where every person can live free from fear. May our lives, our actions, and our collective voice move us toward a world where dignity is upheld, tenderness is abundant, and violence, physical or verbal, has no place. Together, may we be builders of refuge, champions of healing, and co-creators of a more peaceful world. May it be so. Blessed be. This is the time in our service where we share our joys and concerns. So if you have a joy or a concern, please come on up and light a candle, tell us about it. And if you're online, I will light one for you. You know what, I'll light it if you wanted to speak from back there. Will that work better for people?
We need the microphone too.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll speak up. I want everybody to think about when you consider a boycott of a business, for example, Target, okay? I want you to consider that the CEO is not gonna lose anything. The board of directors is not gonna lose anything. The stockholders, maybe a little lower, but they bought a stock and that was their risk. What is the CEO and the board of directors gonna do when their business goes down because of boycott? They're gonna cut work hours, they're gonna lay off people. So when you think about a boycott, think about who really suffers.
Do you have a better solution? To make a statement? I'm just wondering, curious.
Yeah, we couldn't pick it because it's
Not yet.
private property.
Yeah, that's my struggle.
Anyone else, joy or concern?
I can get there. This is joy and a concern. Joy for birthdays for Jim and Kelly coming up this week. Yeah, you Sharon in that.
Okay.
All right. And also a concern for Brian, who's when he fell, he broke a rib or two or something. But you know, that's really painful.
Yeah.
I've had a cracked rib and that's no fun.
This is a happy birthday for Jim. And a thanks for, we just came back from a fun time in Las Vegas, and no, we're not really Las Vegas type people, but but we really like theater and shows, and I'm kind of a Wizard of Oz nut, and so we got to see that at the Sphere, and it was pretty awesome.
And see Skeety and Sasha.
And see, Sweetie, our Ukrainian family had moved there, and so we got to reconnect with them and spend some time with them. That was awesome.
This is a joy. A joy. We had a spontaneous bonfire last night.
I'm glad you said that was a joy.
No explosions. It was deliberate. And we, sat out there and got all full of smoke.
Oh, that's the best.
Too smoky, but a lot of fun.
I have a joy. The construction in our road finally. So the sign is we finally get our mailbox in front of our house. Instead of walking 6 minutes, go to the box, then 6 minutes back. But I also lose the motivation to do that walk. So that's a little concern. But yay for the road.
So I have 2 sons who are precious. And
So my older son is having Thanksgiving. And I said, what can I bring? He said, can you bring dessert? And I always make a carrot cake. And I said, are you guys tired of carrot cake? And they said, oh, no, we're not. We love your carrot cake. Well, I never know they loved it that much. So anyway, it's a pretty special recipe. A cousin in the 70s compiled the cookbook of all the recipes of all the farm women in her area. And I still use that book. So it was a joy. Oh, excuse me.
Lots of joy, but also a little concern about my sister, because you know that I'm always concerned about her. But you and everybody else in my life have really helped me to let go a lot and just trust that she'll be okay. And I mean, nothing special is going on, but I haven't heard from her in a while, and so I thank everyone in my life for that. And but other than that, I'm grateful to Megan as I'm preparing and working hard on this exhibit. And I remembered she is the expert framer, that she had a business. So I called her and she had suggestions and that helped so much. And then I'm so grateful to Linda because a long time ago she gave me a whole bunch of mats and they turned out to be just what I needed. So I get, little bits of help from everyone. And although my sister, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm not getting it together with them, but I'm going to my Rwandan family's home for Thanksgiving, which is probably going to be even more fun. So you're all invited, of course, next Friday to my opening, 4 to 6 at the library, Burnhaven. And I think it's going to really be fun. But as I'm doing all this work, I'm thinking, so much work. And do I really want to sell these after I've worked so hard to find the right printed, vintage frame? And then if I get invited to do another exhibit, I have to do it all over again. So I called our friend Laura at Rosemount Steeple Center. Some of you been. And I said, what are the odds of maybe you inviting me to do an African exhibit? Because I've done something before there at Rosemount, and she said 100%. So I thought, okay, I'm going to put really high prices on my pictures so people won't buy them, so I don't have to reframe them. But I'm also offering the print alone for really cheap. So everybody will be happy, right? Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited. I'd love to have you come, but if you can't make it Friday, you can come to Rosemount, but someday.
And which day?
This Friday. I have flyers if anyone wants a reminder.
Great.
Friday, this Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Black Friday, but we'll make it Bright Friday.
Because nobody's gonna be shopping on Black Friday.
Right, right.
Blackout Black Friday. Anyway.
Well, you'll be exhausted by 4, and then you can have
I've got a joy and a concern.
Right.
For the same thing, we are going to my mother-in-law's for Thanksgiving. It is a joy that my daughter gets to see her for the first time in a year again. We hardly ever see that side of the family, but it's been a while. And she might have come for the birthday, I don't remember. We rarely ever see them. But the concern is also that we're going to see my mother-in-law for Thanksgiving. It's an interesting place to go.
Anyone online? Do you want me to just lay it for you? Okay.
Well, since it's kind of interesting that we're going to be talking about communication today, and my joy is that we have access to Zoom because both my daughters live far, far away. And last weekend we got together on Zoom, and my older daughter had just gotten back from a conference in Abu Dhabi, and she said she learned so much about the Middle East that she had not known. There were a lot of Middle Easterns at the conference, And, yeah, she said it was very eye-opening, and she travels a lot, but I've never heard her talk about how going to one of these places that she often goes to, opening up her mind about and getting past the kind of information that we get from our news and getting it, kind of inside information. But it was a fascinating conversation, and I was thinking I wish she would come and speak to our group here.
That'd be great. Zoom her in.
Zoom her in. Well, she's in England, and of course, when, it's the middle of the night. Yeah, so, but both daughters are gonna be here for Christmas, and so, I don't know, maybe I can at least talk them into coming and being visitors if nothing else.
Wouldn't that just be afternoon?
Yeah, it'll be afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, there's six.
Well, we can figure out the logistics later. Anybody else have a joy or turn?
It's on track.
Anyone else? All right.
Or 6 hours from here. Yeah, it's later.
Okay, so first I'm gonna have to get this one just a little going. All right, now let's try it again. So I light this for all the joys and concerns that have been unspoken. And as I put this in, we say together, we hold you in our hearts. And now, I would like to introduce our guest speaker. As we've said, this is Pam. She's going to give us a presentation on conversations that bring us together. And our normal question and answer period will be folded into her interactive presentation. So after her presentation, we'll move right into the closing hymn. So.
Thank you. So I have a pretty soft voice, so I wonder if I should hold the microphone.
No,
You think you're good?
if you want to, just turn it towards you and then.
Okay. All right, great. Because I really do get quiet, especially during the meditation. So, and I'm happy, just tell me if I should pick it up. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. Before I jump in, I want to do a tiny housekeeping thing. You should have a packet of cards. There are 9 in each packet. And folks on Zoom, I just want to tell you that there's going to be a slide for you to look at since you don't have the cards. And I'm hoping you will get a link to the handout as well. But the slide, for the actual activity, the slide will be enough. So I want to invite you, and maybe if the folks who are doing the tech don't have these cards, could someone make sure that they get a set? There's some extra ones back there. Yeah, thank you. And for those of you who are sitting at a table, I want to invite you to lay them out in front of you, all 9 cards.
Did everyone get a handout that says practical skills?
All right, yes, handouts too. So while you're getting the handouts and laying out the cards in front of you, and you want every card to say a list of things. So the backs of the cards, people tend to put them with the backs of the cards, which it says number 1 of 9 or whatever. You don't want that side up, you want the list side up. So it's a list of all the universal, well, not all, it's a list of universal human needs. And then I want to also invite you to pick out a dry erase marker. And if someone's helping the tech folks to have their stuff, there's an extra dry erase markers over here you can bring back to them. And just pick yourself out one for when we do this activity, which we'll be doing shortly. Okay, now that that's taken care of. People often are curious. I just need to double check. So I have until, it's 10:59, I have until 24 after, is that right?
Something like that. Something like that. But we're not, it's okay. If you run over a little bit, people know they can leave if they need to. No hassle.
Okay. So people are often curious about the kippah that I wear. It's called a yarmulke in Yiddish. a kippah in Hebrew. And I just started wearing it all the time, except when I'm sleeping or bathing, in about 2001, to just remind me of my belief that we're always in the presence of the holy, that every human being is sacred, and that every moment has the potential to be holy. And then people are also curious, well, because of what's been happening in the Middle East, people are curious, well, what am I thinking about Israel and Gaza and the West Bank? And what I'm thinking is, I long for and I pray every day for everyone there to have freedom and dignity and self-determination and safety. That's what I'm thinking about there. All right. Another thing about me is I've been married for 40 years. I'm very, very grateful. And not the least reason for my gratitude is that my interactions with my husband give me lots of opportunities to practice nonviolent communication. And they provide fodder for examples. So for example, recently I was sitting at the kitchen table and Bill says to me, Bill's preparing some breakfast and he says, "We really need more counter space in this kitchen." Well, I can tell you right now, we've been in that house for a long time, 30 years, 35 years, and we have not changed the amount of counter space in the kitchen in all that time, and it's very unlikely to be changed in the future. So the first thing that came to my head was to say, yeah, like that's going to happen. I did not say that though. I could hear his frustration, and I'll tell you a little later what I said. So now the slides. Who's got the slides? Yes, first, okay, next slide, please. So some principles, and these are on the handouts for those of you who have them. In order to communicate authentically, it helps to be aware of how we feel and what matters to us in the moment. In order to stay connected with another person, we can endeavor to truly understand what matters to them in this moment and let them know we understand. How do we do this? That's what we're going to focus on this morning. Next slide, please. Here's the overview of today's talk. I'm going to tell you the story that NVC tells. We're going to do a self-connection practice. That's where the cards come in. We're going to talk about why we judge, including a quote from Carl Rogers. We're going to talk about what we can do instead. Not that there's anything wrong with judging, but when we want to connect with somebody, that's not judging. Judging puts up walls if we judge other human beings. If we judge whether something is life-serving or not, that's a great thing to do. We need to know. We need to judge. We need to evaluate whether something that we want to do or something that we see, whatever, is life-serving or not. But to judge another human being, that's putting a wall up in between us. We need to know that that's what we're doing. I mean, it's good for us to know, to do it. If we want to do that, then we can do it, but not be aware. And then what we can do instead, and resources for further learning are on your handout, and also there's some wonderful books on the table here for you to check out after the service. Next, the story that NVC tells. Everything that anyone does, feels, or says is an attempt to meet a need. That's the foundational story of nonviolent communication. These needs are universal, and they're beautiful. Marshall Rosenberg said, these needs are life-seeking expression within us. Marshall Rosenberg actually felt that these needs, this life energy, was a way of thinking of what God might be. These beautiful universal human needs. Next slide. When we can connect with a deeper need or value within ourselves or another person, we can easily come to empathy because these beautiful needs are universal. We have it too. Next slide. So here's one list of needs. There are a lot of lists of needs. We have a list of need hopefully on the back of your handout. I didn't check it. Is it there? Yeah. On the back of your handout, there's feelings and needs. This is also, this list is unique in that my teacher, Mickey Cashton, came up with these 4 categories, which I find very helpful. So survival or sustenance or just physical well-being. So some needs are all about just physical well-being, like is my need for nutrition met? Our needs for connection, belonging, love, very, very basic. Our needs for autonomy, for freedom, for choice. We all have those needs, and our needs for meaning. Now, I notice that every single one of those needs is at least partially met by being here. We've chosen to be here. We get meaning from the beautiful things that we're talking about in our space and that we're doing. We have connection as we share, and self-expression, which is part of the freedom. And there are treats. Physical well-being and our comfortable space. Okay. Let's see. Next slide, please. Yes. Self-connection practice. Becoming aware of our feelings and needs and the needs that are giving rise to them. So self-awareness enhances our ability to connect with others. Self-connection through knowing what we are feeling and what needs are at play is a form of self-awareness. It's something that we can do every day, and the more we get used to noticing not only what we're feeling, which can be a challenge in itself, right? But also what is the universal human need prompting that feeling, we not only are more able to be authentic, but we're also more fully alive because we know what is the life energy moving through us, what is motivating us. And the more we connect with what we're feeling, with what we're needing, the more we can guess what the needs that other people are experiencing when we notice their feelings. So it's really, really powerful. And y'all can take home these cards and play with them as we're going to do today as a way to practice this in the future. And also that the needs and feelings list on the back of your handout is also useful because that has feelings. These are just the universal human needs on the cards. So now I'm going to invite us into a short meditation, and then we're going to play with the cards by just marking them with the dry erase markers at the end of the meditation. So I invite you to sit in a way that's comfortable, maybe with dignified, a sense of a dignified, relaxed, and just begin by notice that we're breathing. And I want to invite us to gently scan down the body, softening the brow, letting it be smooth. If this works for you, by the way, if there's another way that helps you to come into the present moment, do what works for you. If feeling into the body is not comfortable for you, do what works for you. Maybe it's listening to the ambient sounds in the room. Letting our shoulders drop away from our ears, relaxing through the arms and softening the hands, relaxing through the torso, noticing all the movement and sensation in the torso. Even though we're sitting still, there's so much movement, so much aliveness. Relaxing through the pelvis, the hips, the upper and lower legs, softening the feet. And then widening the lens to let the whole body be a field of awareness, a field of sensation, a field of presence. And from here, I want to invite us to bring our attention to our hearts and ask ourselves, what am I feeling in this moment? So sometimes it's hard to feel anything. You might feel, if you don't feel anything, you could name numb or neutral Sometimes we're feeling sad, angry, happy, content, loving, afraid, tender, grateful, irritated, lonely, confused, torn, hungry, comfortable, anguished, calm, content, curious. Just want to give you a moment to notice, see if you can name one or two feelings silently to yourself. And I invite you, when you find one, to ask yourself, or to say to yourself, that's okay, that's what's here now. Just greet that feeling with acceptance. That's okay, that's what's here now. And then I want to invite you to ask yourself, is there a universal human need that might be prompting this feeling? Can I identify some need that goes along with this feeling? And you can think about physical well-being, meaning, connection, belonging, autonomy, freedom, choice. And at this point, if you like to, you can look at those cards and start making notations. And for those of you on Zoom, just look at the slide. But start making notations, just make a few notations. Find one or two needs that feel like they're in play for you in this moment. And if they're met, if the need is met, you might say to yourself, I'm so grateful that this need is met for me in this moment. And if the need is not met, you can give yourself compassion. And you can use the words, of course, to give yourself that compassion. Of course I need this. Everybody needs this. So I'm just going to give you another minute to make any kind of notation that you want. These cards are yours to keep. And there's, most of the tables have a little cloth if you want to erase. So that's been a minute, and I invite you to hold up the number of fingers that you would still like in terms of minutes. So if you feel complete, you can hold up a 0. If you want 2 more minutes, hold up 2. If you want 1 more minute, hold up 1. All right, we've got a couple of, we got one, a 3, a 2, a 1, a couple of zeros. So let's take at least another minute and a half. So now I'm going to offer another invitation. First I'm going to tell you, just so that you can get an idea of what it is to do this, I'm going to tell you what I'm feeling and needing in the moment. And then I'm going to invite you at your tables to share with one another what you're feeling in the moment. And Zoom folks, I want to invite you to put in the chat to each other and the person here who's doing Zoom. So y'all, so you and your two folks, the three of you can be a table together and use the chat too. Oh, there's only two. Oh, there's only one. It's not Sherry.
There's Jim and Sherry, the other host is me.
Ah, got it, okay. So the two of you, so anyway, I'm feeling, what I notice is I'm feeling a lot of gratitude, a lot of tenderness, and some excitement. And the needs that are in play for me right now is my need for meaning and contribution are being very well met. I'm even feeling joy. Because my need for meaning and contribution are so well met when I get to do this. So that's it. That's what I'm feeling and needing. And now I invite you at your tables to share with one another, and feel free to pass. But what you're feeling and needing, what you notice for feelings and needs in play today.
And also my brother's.
I'm guessing baby was born. So I have some curiosity here, and I'm like, okay. There's layers to that because a brother of mine who doesn't live in local. I have two brothers that live in and there's always been a disconnect. I don't have as much connection with my kids. Showing down in me all those things. So it's like, okay, inclusion and relationship and trusting that my brother's actually trusting me. And I'm sure he told my dad was like, just oh, I was dead. Spread news. So yes, that I Sarah is even gonna, either the baby's born right now, his dad just called, or she's gonna be introduced to anyway, so then you might have to catch all those cards. Yeah. That's what I. Yes. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get proudly. Not being able to hear. I think this is a really complicated ADHD. It's just a lot. ADHD for some time, you're all brought them and all of them all doing section, which is because everything all at once. So maybe that was one of the holidays. I can't necessarily work around or anything.
So if anybody hasn't shared, I'd like the last person to share so that we can come back together in another minute.
Acceptance of where they are and who they are. There's so much to think about here, but it just,
No, you do anything. Don't say anything. I was trying out, but I hardly
Okay, just because I really want to get to the rest of the material, I'm going to ask us to close. Finish your last thought.
Hey, guys.
Okay.
Oh,
In the same bowl.
that's a good idea. It's
We'd like to
fun.
bring it back. It's gotta be on a pad.
No, you can hold it in your hand.
It's fine.
Thank you, everyone. Can we go to the next slide? So Carl Rogers said that our most common conversational habit is to immediately judge. He said the major barrier to mutual interpersonal communication is our very natural tendency to judge, to evaluate, to approve or disapprove the statement of the other person or the other group. So next slide, please. So here are some common reasons that we judge. To try to change what's true, to give us hope for the possibility of change, to feel we have power in our lives, to protect our vulnerability or our dignity, to keep from being judged, to be accepted, to belong to an in-group, to express our emotions, especially anger and rage. That can be a good thing. We have a natural rage circuit that needs to be expressed, but we can express it in safe ways, in ways that don't impact anyone, in ways that, especially if we can express it to people who it's not at. Because once we can express that and then feel the grief underneath it, we can act out of love. But we don't want to act out of our rage, but one way to express our rage is to say our judgments. We might judge to protect our hearts from fear and grief, for ease, and to make sense of what's happening, a quicker way to feel as if we understand what's going on. It can help us to settle if we just judge, well, that's an idiotic thing, and then let it go. You know, like, it's not necessarily a wrong, or there's nothing wrong, it just puts up blocks. So what do we do it instead? Oh, thank you. We can reflect the other person's feelings and needs. That is a very quick path to empathy. What are the other person's feelings and needs? So I actually did say this to Bill. I said, are you feeling frustrated, wanting some ease and flow while you're trying to prepare breakfast? And he relaxed. And he actually literally said, I'm so glad you're a communications. But can you imagine if you're like you can't fit everything, you're frustrated, and you're like, we need more counter space in this kitchen. And your partner says, that's never gonna happen. Like, it doesn't help, does it? But if your partner says, are you feeling frustrated and want some ease and flow when you're trying to prepare breakfast? It'd be like, yeah. And then you can move on. Okay, next. Okay, so, guessing feelings and needs takes a lot of practice. So I want to invite you to practice for yourself. At the end of the handout, on the references, there's a link. And you can also, I forgot to bring a sign-up sheet. I was going to bring a sign-up sheet so I could email you a link.
You can make one.
Okay, yeah. And also in case you want to get on my email list. But I want to invite you to just practice identifying your own feelings and needs, rather than necessarily trying to guess other people's out loud until you've had more practice. But you can silently guess what they might be feeling and needing, and they will see the empathy on your face. And you can also give your own empathetic reaction, like, wow, that's so hard, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Or, that's amazing, I'm so happy for you. These are really connecting things to say. And you can have kind of a generic feelings and needs guess, which is, would it be sweet if someone understood what it's like for you? Because we almost always, if something is hard, or if something's wonderful too, but especially if something is hard, to just have somebody say, wouldn't it be nice if someone understood what this is like for you? Tell me more. Because being understood is a huge need. And would it be sweet if someone understood that is like guessing the feeling and the need. Okay, so what I hope you remember from this presentation, maybe I should look at this so that I'm not looking away from you. Everything that everyone does is to meet a beautiful universal human need. Identifying the need and compassion and understanding are much easier. Understanding my own feelings and needs in the moment helps me to be fully alive and authentic. If someone senses that I understand what matters to them, there's often a sense of connection. And guessing someone's feelings and needs is a great way to let them know that you understand what matters to them. There is much to learn in nonviolent communication. It's not hard to understand, but it does take practice. It is life-changing, I guarantee you. See how we doing? Okay. Take a minute to just connect with yourself again. Notice your breathing for a moment if you'd like to. See if you can identify a feeling and a need without looking at anything, but just silently. And then I ask you to think to yourself for a moment, what are you taking away from this presentation? So I'd like to invite just maybe 2 people to share something that they're taking away, so that I can feel like that my need for contribution was met. And then I'll turn it back to Dawn. Anybody can share with me something that they're taking away from today? Yes.
I have been toying with the idea, this is so appropriate today. My husband, who passed away a number of years ago, there were 4 boys, and 2 of them are very conservative, and 2 of them were very liberal. And so there's this kind of clash. Well, the family that, one of the families that's very conservative, I adore them. And I happened to talk to them on the phone the other day, and I'm just like, oh, I'm looking so much, but I don't understand. And I've been, even before coming here, I was like, how? I want to understand. I don't want it to be confrontational. I just want to understand.
Yeah.
Because I adore them.
Yes.
And so this is going to help me work through and decide if I really want to have this conversation with them. Yeah, so this couldn't have come at a better time.
Oh, that's great. And I will say, if you look online for the Enemies Project on YouTube, you'll get some great ideas for that conversation. The Enemies Project on YouTube is amazing. And the person who does it.
Say that again, the
The Enemies Project
Okay.
on YouTube. It's a guy named Larry, his first name is Larry. And he interviews people and he uses nonviolent communication. He doesn't mention it, which bothers me, but he's a student of one of my favorite teachers in nonviolent communication, and he is using that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A round of applause. All right, so now we're going to move into a closing hymn, and did you need to say some words about that, Joe?
Yeah, the handout, the sheet music on here, Kathy and I are going to sing it through one time, and all of us are only going to go to the second page, right before where the ah starts and the third stanza there. So, and then after Kathy and I sing it through once, we'll go back to the beginning and hopefully you can all join in. Should we stand over there? Figure out a way to get to it. Okay. Yeah.
See me beautiful, look for the best in me, it's what I really am. honest with me. It's all I really am, and all I want to be. It may take some time, it may be hard to find, but see me beautiful. See me beautiful, each and every day. Could you take a chance? Could you find a way to see me shining through in everything I do and see me beautiful?
And please pass these to me when we're all done.
That's a song that Marshall Rosenberg used to sing with his guitar every time he taught. When you, if you look online for Marshall Rosenberg's YouTube videos of his teaching, you'll almost always find him singing this song. I was given the opportunity to choose a reading, a very short one for Ascending Benediction. And I've been, when things have been hard, I've been looking to a hero of mine, a woman who, her name was Etty Hillesum, and she was in the Netherlands during World War II. And like Anne Frank, she was rounded up and taken to Westerbork, which was the transport camp, and then eventually to a death camp where she died. But she wrote from Westerbork, the transport camp, "The misery here is quite terrible, and yet, late at night, when the day has slunk away into the depths behind me, I often walk with a spring in my step along the barbed wire. And then, time and again, it soars straight from my heart. I can't help it. That's just the way it is, like some elementary force, the feeling that life is glorious and magnificent, and that one day we shall be building a whole new world. Against every new outrage and every fresh horror, we shall put up one more piece of love and goodness, drawing strength from within ourselves."
And now we ask you to listen and meditate as we hear the postlude.
One more thing I just thought of.
Pam has offered to do an adult RE class with us in January, 2 sessions, right? And so please let me and/or Pam know if you are interested in that, and we'll start to figure out the logistics of it all.
And I'm here as long as you will have questions after, during the treats time. I'll stay for questions.
We'll put together a sign-up sheet.
Yes.
Yes.
And we have birthday cake.
Who wrote that stuff?
Well, that was our second time.
Yeah,
you did.
Do you want to copy?
I got too much already on my refrigerator.
Here's it. Here's Pam.
You know what I can put
In an email.
Based on the number of I voted stickers that my refrigerator is full. I'm gonna call my broker. She brought it. I'll take those, but I don't mind. Find out. I have questions for her.
Very you.
But yeah, oh,
Looks like you have a few to choose from there.
No, she doesn't go
Good morning.
Thank you. I love that. I know.
Sure, make me fix it.
I do have the cards back.
I do want it back.
See, I'm helping you make your own lead by if I get your name wrong, you'll
Somebody want to say happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joey. Happy birthday to you. There we go.
Something that goes there. So the little one. Sorry. The little one goes reach in and pull the little one goes. I wish they did that. They see what I was growing up. It's always push this pin and hopefully it stays so you get over to the other one.
Not when it tastes so good. I'm not gonna taste your cake.
So anyway, and the other
Oh my God.
You can pick it up and good. I love it.
That's the trick. That's the trick.
There's a little thing right there, and it goes to the light. Where was this technology? Push the pen way over here, and hopefully you can get this one before that one
Oh, right. Sure, we'll figure it out. Hopefully by Tuesday I'll have an idea.
Yeah, I can also suggest something to you. Yeah. Also,